Hello, everybody. This is Lance Mohr, and I am finally getting this out on the statistics for December. This has just been a crazy busy January, one of the busiest Januaries in my 18 years. Generally speaking, January's buyers start to think about buying a home, and then in February they start looking, and by February, March they actually start purchasing. This year's a little bit different, and it's good to know this if you are a buyer or you are a seller, to know what's going on in the market. I know I say this like a broken record every single month, but it's just imperative. I talk to people, sellers and buyers, that just really don't know what the market's really like. But it seems like a lot of the buyers now are actually out there, and they're already in the looking and in the buying mode, which is just unusual for January. So let me get on with the statistics, and I'm going to give you some tips and some advice on if you are a home buyer and even if you're a home seller. So let's start off and look at the January statistics, and we could see the inventory went down in December. Now, this is not too surprising, as we've talked about, if you know, from previous years back. December is generally a pretty slow month, November and December, because it is the winter months. The people don't have as long to look at homes because the daylight savings time, etc. So this is not too unusual. If we go down here to homes that go under contract, it's not as unusual that it drops as well. But one thing you'll notice right here on the sold inventory, the sold homes, you could see it really spiked up quite a bit. Again, a reason why this is happening, why you see a spike in December, is because a lot of the buyers are wanting to close at the end of the year so they could get their homestead exemptions for the first of the year, being in the home in January 1st. And the banks also want to get it off their books by the end of the year, and as well with the builders, because the builders want to get it off the books. Now, there's not a ton of builder inventory on the MLS, but that's why you always see December's going to be a spike. Now, when we get the January statistics, you're going to see probably a pretty good sized drop off, in all that's normal. So the one thing we're seeing, and I continually monitor this, is just the movement on the short sale market. Again, as you've probably been watching this over the months, and you notice that I'm not a real big fan of short sales. I still do them, I still write them, etc. But here's why: because you could see that 23% of all the homes, and we're talking single family homes, are being under contract or short sales. But look at this, only 3%. So that's almost 1 out of every 8 that have a contract on them are going to close every month. I mean, that's horrible, terrific. And banks just really aren't in the mood right now to do short sales because they don't have to. I mean, they could go after them for people for a deficiency judgment. They could file a 1099, etc. So just understand that with short sales. And as you see, the market's about 14% bank owned, and the vast majority of everything is 83%. But at the end of the day, we need to really look and see what price range you're in. So let's look at all the price ranges, and I go over this every month as well. Stable market is 6 months of inventory, and that's based off of the average purchase price of a home. In our market in the Tampa area, it fluctuates a little every month, maybe about $185,000, $190,000. So you could see this right here is the sweet spot. And if you go down here and you look at the monthly supply of inventory, it's in less than 2 months in the sweet spot. It tends to go up, but you could see even on a 2 to 3, 3 to 5, and over $500,000 home, this is still very, very low inventory. So, and you probably have heard of all the apartments being built and just the rental shortage that we're in right now. And a lot of people are just sick and tired of paying these astronomical prices on renting a home when it's a piece of junk because the sellers aren't maintaining it, or what apartment complexes are getting from people. So they're wanting to go over and buy homes with very good reason. Interest rates are still low and the prices are still increasing. So look through this information depending on where in the scale you are, if you're 200 or below, or 2 to 3, etc. Now, let me just go over a couple things for both home buyers and home sellers. One thing I've noticed, and I've noticed this quite a bit in the last couple weeks on my listings, because I have quite a few listings, and I noticed that a lot of the agents out there and the buyers are submitting lower offers, quite a bit lower. And sometimes it isn't that they're really trying to get a good deal. What I'm finding is a lot of agents, real estate agents, just aren't that versed with the market. They just don't know. They're pulling comparables that really aren't comparable. Keep in mind, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller, they call it a CMA, and that's an acronym for comparable market analysis. So you have to really look at comparable homes in the marketplace, and you have to analyze it. And the downfall of this for buyers and sellers as well, but the downfall for buyers is we're in a market, and if you're under 200 or 300, there's a good probability you're going to see multiple offers, especially if it's a nice home in a nice area. And if you go in and you present an offer that's lower than it should be, and you're in a multiple bid situation, they probably won't even consider it. So always, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller, do some research, just a little research. Go to Google, look in the agent's website, and find out who you're working with. I know a lot of times the biggest misconception is everybody thinks, oh, well, all agents are the same. They're not. I mean, they're definitely not all the same. Some are a lot more experienced and a lot more aggressive and hungry than other agents. So there's a lot of great agents out there. There's a lot of not great agents out there. But definitely do your research. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to give me a call. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I'm always doing this. You won't even have to worry about it. You'll just get the emails if you subscribe. And if you're looking at buying, definitely go to my home buyer webinar. And if you're looking at selling, definitely go over here to my home seller webinars. This is going to be the best time you've ever spent in real estate, because I'm taking my 18 plus years in real estate and thousands of buyers and sellers I've worked with, and I'm just condensing it all into one. So it's really, really valuable. Again, if you have any questions at all, any concerns, don't hesitate to give me a call or contact me. Have a wonderful day.